Gemini, welcome back to Spiritual Influential Tarot. This is your weekly general reading for your sun, moon, and rising for the first week of June. Please take what resonates with you and allow the other Gemini to receive the rest. With that being said, Spirit, please have 7 cards for Gemini. We're starting off with the High Priestess, followed by the King of Swords, followed by the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the Three of Wands, followed by the 7 of Swords, followed by the 6 of Wands, we'll accept only one, followed by the 2 of Pentacles. And we will go into your Oracle deck from your higher self for knowledge and wisdom, as well as 1 card from your angel numbers, as well as 1 spiritual message from the Spirit to bring you comfort in this journey when we are done with the reading. So Gemini, we are starting off here with the High Priestess, okay? And the High Priestess always speaks about intuition, okay? The High Priestess, it's all about you trusting the divine, because guess what? It's all about them hidden mysteries. She holds the book of the hidden mysteries, the knowledge, the wisdom of the world, okay? She has no roof on top of her head, so her intuition is infinite, okay? You know, she has the spiritual insight. This card is all about intuition, but you must understand the spiritual insight, okay, that you have, all right, to tune into your intuition. It's letting me know that you need to tune into your intuition because you have the opportunity to access that kind of knowledge, okay, of the unknowns. You need to trust yourself for guidance, okay? It's being followed here by the King of Swords. By the King of Swords, okay? And when this card comes up, it's one of my favorite cards, to be honest with you, besides certain cards that are on the tarot, you know, like the Temperance card and my very own, you know, the World card. But when it comes to the King of Swords, it is a very, very strong card. And let me explain to you why, okay? Because the King of Swords has mental clarity, okay? It's showing me the intelligence, the power, and the discipline, okay, that you have, okay? You are logical with your thoughts. And this right here card can be applied to those, okay, in law enforcement, in professional coaching, being a professional advisor, a person who, you know, speaks methodically, okay? You can be a judge. You can become an attorney, okay? You can be a very, very important person in government, okay? You know, you have, this speaks about the person who has the ethics, okay? The integrity to judge big situations, okay? With rational thinking. Okay, but I want you to think about this. It's being followed by the Knight of Pentacles, so I want you to think about this. In order for you to use your intuition with the correct knowledge and words, I want you to start planting seeds, okay? Because the Knight of Pentacles, okay, in order for you to make this big money, you got to start planting seeds. You have to move forward, okay? But you also have to plant seeds. He's actually the only knight, okay, out of all the knights that is calm. You see? It's just a calm knight looking forward, okay? And the great thing is that he's always moving towards the east, okay? Right? He's always moving this way. In front, of course, when I point the card towards you, he's looking this way, right? But when we reverse it and I put it on the table, that's how it looks, you see? It looks this way, okay? Which is towards the east, which is the knight that's moving forward, but he has to plant seeds. That's what the field out there is. You see, it's a plain field out there. Nothing out there but ground, right? But dirt, a path, okay? In order for you to make this money, these material things that you're looking for, I want you to start planting seeds, okay? Because this right here is a knight that is about working hard, okay? A hard-working knight, a responsible person, one that is sticking to the routines, okay, to accomplish, okay, those goals, okay? If you already have the drive and you are seeing that you're likely very seeing, whether it's happening now or in the past, that you manifest goals and they come to light, you know, because it's your determination, okay? It's your drive that brings that and makes that happen, okay? You know? And you know something? When this card comes up, it also shows your stubbornness. But the great thing about the knights is that you're loyal and you're trustworthy. So I always say, since you're so loyal and you are so trustworthy, Gemini, the stubbornness, it outweighs the stubbornness, okay? You know? Because you can be a bit stubborn in your relationships, but people still love you because guess what? You're so loyal. You're so, you know, Geminis, you know, you're like that, right? You're loyal. You're trustworthy, okay? And I see you here thinking of moving forward. That's the reason everything here, so far, the first three cards are all about trusting yourself and having mental clarity to move forward, okay? Upon whatever you're looking deep inside you, okay? This Knight of Pentacles is being followed. I can say that because the Knight of Pentacles is being followed by the Three of Wands. Okay? And you notice that one wand he is holding and two are back behind him, stuck on the ground. But what is he actually doing? He's looking out into the horizon where all those boats are sailing. And he's like, I think I gotta go that way. Okay? The Three of Wands is about, I want to go that way, you know? I want to seek adventure, okay? I want to go forward. I want to move. I want to evolve, okay? You know, you may be even looking at a long-distance romance, something out there, you know, whether if you are a male, you're looking for a girlfriend, or you're a female looking for a male, or whatever tickles your pickle. I don't care. It's on you. But, okay, the Three of Wands speaks about that. It speaks about, you know, long distance relationships, holiday romance, okay? But it's also the time of reunions because, you know, you may be traveling. You may be right now that you were on WhatsApp telling your friend, hey, I'm on my way. You were thinking about it, but now maybe you're on your way now. Maybe you're like, you know what? I'm confident to move forward, okay? I'm planning forward, okay? I'm planning ahead, okay? Because just how I said about the Knight of Pentacles, your hard work pays off. So why not? Why not go traveling, okay? But I want you to also be, you know, to take your time on your thoughts, okay? Because when you're present here, you also have the Seven of Swords. And notice here, he's learned from his lessons, okay? Here, notice he is taking all the swords, right? But he's not holding them by the handles. He's holding them by the tips. And he has to hold those swords you gotta be very careful with those swords, because you see right here, he's learned his lesson, because you see back there, there is a whole bunch, that is an army of people that are about to plan fighting, and he took all their swords, okay? Because you already know what deception looks like, okay, from a distance, okay? You know, it's now a time for you to be resourceful. Yep. Okay? And acting tactically, okay, can be an advantage on your side, okay, for certain things that you're thinking of. And I can say that you will be, upon the things that you're going to look yourself into yourself, so you can get mental clarity, so that the material things that you'd like to move forward, as you are looking forward upon any travel or any ahead movement, I want you to be strategic upon it, okay? Because it is being followed, the Seven of Swords, by the Six of Wands. You see? And even though that there are haters here, right? They're celebrating, because those are haters right there. You see that? And that's a celebration that's going on with him. Like hip hip hooray, right? This is you know, you moving forward, okay? Finding, and once again, look, see, he's moving this way, moving east, okay? Moving east. Both horses are moving east. Put them on the table, they look that way. They both look that way, okay? The Six of Wands, just like the Three of Wands, okay, it's letting you know, okay, that there is victory and success upon that movement that you're trying to do, okay? You know, because you're surrounded by nice people, by good people, by great wishers, by people who actually want you to win, okay? But you remember from the beginning how I said, you see those haters that are right here? Those are the ones you have to watch out for, okay? Okay? In order for you to continue on succeeding on this thought, this spiritual feeling that you are having upon moving forward, okay, with something, okay, that is in your life, whether it's relationship or career, okay? But this is about money. This is about funds, because you're juggling here. It says here it's being followed by a choice that must be made, okay? And you've been dealing with this feeling infinity ways, okay? See, the infinity symbol is around those two pentacles, okay? All right? You have multiple priorities. You have choices that need to be made, okay? But since you're adaptable, you'll be able to make those choices, okay? You have to find a balance between these choices, between this spiritual feeling that you're having that is going to allow you to succeed upon the material world, okay? And Gemini, you can do it. Okay? You know, it's all about maintaining a balance upon you juggling your life. Okay? But so far, if so far, Gemini, you're liking this reading, can I please ask you to hit that like button right now? I would really appreciate it. It would really help me out. But with that being said, let's continue now onto your oracle cards for wisdom and knowledge. Let's go here. It says here, you have a full moon. Okay? Speaks upon your higher self to surrender to the divine. Surrender to the divine. Okay? Now let's go into your angel numbers. And it speaks about starting over. Traveling, right? Angel number 210. It says you are presented with the opportunity for a fresh start and new beginnings. Release regrets and embrace the present moment with openness and optimism. That's why here in this card you said, not this time. I already learned what it is. You see, I already learned. I'm moving forward with my thoughts. You see, I'm starting over. This is you moving forward. You're starting over here, okay? You need to trust yourself more. You need to trust yourself more. I just heard you need to trust yourself more. More. You need to trust yourself more. That's what I keep on hearing. Let's go into your spiritual messages. Okay, spiritual messages cards, so that way you can receive a spiritual message to bring you comfort on your journey. Thank you. Here you have, I want you to listen to this, a message from the Spirit. It says, Gemini, trust yourself more. Know that you are in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will present themselves to you when they are meant to. All in divine timing. Trust in the divine. Okay? Get excited about the future again instead of fearing it. A spiritual message. As I heard, trust yourself more. Gemini, I hope that you have enjoyed your reading. And if you have subscribed already, then allow me to thank you from the bottom of my heart. But if you have not, then please allow me to ask you to please subscribe, like, share, and turn on your post notifications so that way you don't miss out on any of your upcoming scheduled readings. And lastly, may you forever be blessed with great health, prosperity, and stability in your life, so that way the day of tomorrow you can become a bit more spiritually influential. I will see you next Friday, Gemini. Take care.